Appointment setting is officially an outdated strategy in 2025. So if you're a coach and you currently rely on manual human appointment setters or SDRs to message people from your Instagram DMs and book in calls for you, then you have to know that you are using an outdated strategy, because the latest advances of AI have made it possible for you to automate this part of your sales process with an AI agent. This is gonna help you reduce your costs. You won't have to pay base pay and commission to your setters. You can even reduce the size of your team and have a much leaner and easily organizable team. And of course, it will save you a lot of time and headache when it comes to hiring, training, and managing your setters, plus doing it over and over again because they churn out. So that is a new trend right now, and it's called AI appointment setting. And as always, the early adopters are gonna reap the biggest benefits. You wanna think back to crypto 10 years ago, the early adopters got the biggest gains. You wanna think back to the early days of short form content, you could basically go viral with anything. Now AI appointment setter is in the same exact stage, but it's not gonna stay like this forever. Once the market catches up, once a lot of people will know about it and use AI to book calls from Instagram DMs, then it's not gonna be as effective anymore. So if you want to automate your appointment setting with AI, this video is going to be really relevant for you. So let's start off by breaking down everything that is wrong with manual, traditional appointment setting. So you have to think about it this way. Everything has evolved in the last 5 to 10 years when it comes to running your coaching, info, agency business. The way you create content is different. Short form content had a huge boom. The way people create content now is very different than they did 10 years ago when they were writing Facebook posts. The way you use, let's say, Instagram automations with ManyChat are different. Again, the early adopters who used this ManyChat strategy for the first time, and it was new and it was fresh, got crazy results. I'm sure you've seen these kind of videos where you need to comment hook and you will get a free guide or whatever. Appointment setting, on the other hand, hasn't really changed much in the last 5 to 7 years since it's been around. All these other things have changed about running your business, but appointment setting is basically the same. Typing copy-paste messages, sending out openers, sending the same spammy follow-ups. It basically hasn't changed, and that's a problem. But on the other hand, it's also an opportunity for you to get ahead of your market and gain competitive advantage. Let's see what's wrong with appointment setting. You, first of all, if you don't want to do it on your own and slave your life away, you want to hire a setter, right? So you want to go out in the world and somehow find good candidates who are not, 15-year-old Indians or, reliable people. You need to do a lot of volume and interview a lot of people, watch their Loom videos, talk to them, hop on calls to find some good candidates. And the problem with appointment setting is that it's an entry-level job. Everybody who wants to make money online starts with an entry-level job, such as appointment setting, but it's not really the dream. Nobody wants to stay an appointment setter forever. It's not really your dream job. And we're going to touch on this more later when we talk about churn. So you need to find these appointment setters. Then you hop on interviews. Then when you finally picked the winning one, it's not like from day one they can just start setting. You need to train them. You need to show them your process. You need to teach them, look at their DMs, hop on calls, or even pay an agency to do it for you if you don't want to go through this struggle. And then they still might not be reliable. Right? First, speed to lead. How fast do they respond? If they are good, then they respond fast, but that's not always the case. What about at night? What about on weekends? What about when they're sick? The speed to lead can suffer a lot, which means you bleed money. They might not follow the script that you gave them. They might have their own ideas and mess up the conversation, and you burn leads that way. So that's also a problem. You need to constantly babysit them so they follow your script. They also simply might forget to reply to people. They might forget to send out the opener messages, forget to follow up, forget to reply to someone, and it might be a potential high-ticket close for you. There are a lot of issues with manual human appointment setting. There are a lot of different ways you might lose money, and the worst of all is churn. As I said, nobody's dream job is appointment setting. Nobody wants to do this forever. It's an entry-level job for people to get their feet wet in the online business space, and then the ones who are talented will go on and build their own businesses, and the ones that are not so talented will stay appointment setters and work for you. So So usually what I'm seeing after every 3 to 6 months, appointment setters leave and you need to find another one. And that's just a good case. It can happen that you do everything and in 2 weeks they leave, right? So there are a lot of problems with appointment setting, but there are good news because you can already automate this with AI. Now, I'm sure you're like, yeah, AI will probably be good enough at one point. It will probably come in a few years, but maybe now it's not so good yet. Trust me, you're wrong. AI is already really solid when it comes to speaking to your leads in the Instagram DMs, handling their objections, qualifying them, following up if they ghost, and eventually booking them in for sales calls. So the way you want to look at it is by you having an AI DM agent, you basically have a new employee who will stay with you forever, who is the most reliable guy you can find. And here's why. Speed to lead. The AI basically responds to everyone in flat 20 seconds. It never misses a DM. It never, skips a beat, never takes a day off. It's always there. So the speed to lead will already improve your conversions. When it comes to following the script, the AI will just follow whatever script you give it. It doesn't think, it doesn't get its own ideas. It will basically send the same exact messages, the same questions, the same framework every single time. You can bet on it. If you want to actually test out how this would look like in real life, because I'm sure you're skeptical, like, yeah, it's probably not good enough. Just go on my Instagram account right now. The link is in the description, @MartonFour, and message me the word start demo. This is gonna trigger an AI demo. You will get a few instruction messages first, and then when you say hello and you pretend to be a lead, the AI will ask you a bunch of questions and it will try to book you in for a call. So go ahead and try it out after watching this video because it's pretty good already. And actually, you might know this guy, Naval. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I remember listening to him talking about how modern wealth is created through leverage. You want to find leverage as much as you can, and you can make a bunch of money. Now, the 3 ways he mentioned that you can find leverage is 1, capital, 2, code, and 3, media. Now, we probably already use capital and media because you post content and you spend money on ads or you spend money on whatever, but do you really use code much? Not really, right? So why code creates leverage in your business is because you create a software once and then it runs every single day, every single week, for years, forever, and you basically don't even have to touch it, it just does the job. It's infinite leverage. And what the AI setter does is exactly that. You put this piece of code, this AI agent, into your business, and it's gonna work for you forever, day and night, never leave you, never miss a lead, always follow the framework, and make you a bunch of money. So that's why AI appointment setters now are changing the game. And actually, you might think, okay, I should just fire my entire sales team and have AI do the work. Not really, right? Because I always like to say, it's not AI that will take your job, it's someone using AI that will take your job. Because one setter operating an AI DM agent can do the same amount of work, the same volume, as let's say 3 setters, right? So currently what I'm seeing, the most effective way for you to book sales calls for your coaching business is using an AI appointment setter, but still having a manual human team member that kind of operates the AI, that oversees that everything goes well, and that can jump in and finish up a conversation or take over a conversation from the AI when it's needed. Because what the AI eventually does to your team members is it helps them automate the lower leverage work, so your human team members can focus their working hours on higher leverage activities. So for example, if you have a setter and they send the same exact copy-paste messages every day, they ask the same exact questions in every single conversation, or they send the same exact copy-paste follow-ups every single day, do you think that's high leverage? Not really. What the AI does is it automates all of those copy-paste, robotic, low-leverage tasks, so your human employee can focus every single one of their working hours, what you pay for, to do high leverage tasks, to talk to the hottest leads. Or if there's a conversation in which the lead has an objection, the human being can solve that objection or find a solution for whatever thing, right? So the current 2025 meta the best way, the most effective way for you to book appointments is actually using an AI appointment setter alongside with a human operator, in which they work together as a team, kind of as a cyborg, and you're gonna book a lot of calls and make a bunch of money. And again, I want you to take a look at this chart. Every time there is a new trend, it follows this exact curve. We are already past the innovators stage with the AI appointment setter, but we are still very, very much in the early adopters stage. So basically, either 1 or 0 out of 100 coaches use AI setters for their business yet. But this is not gonna stay like this forever. This is gonna blow up the same exact way. Short form content blew up. This is gonna blow up the same exact way. Managed automations and that whole strategy blew up. The later you get on the hype train, the smaller the results, the smaller the benefits you can take out of it. So if you implement this early in your business, before the market catches up, you will probably be better off, right? So if you want to try out my AI appointment setter, if you haven't guessed, this is basically what I do. I build AI setters for my clients, for coaches, for big influencers, big creators. And if you want to try out my AI appointment setter, all you need to do is go on my Instagram at @martonfour. The link is in the description. Grab your phone right now and DM me the word start demo. This will trigger my AI setter. It will send you some instructions, and after that, just say hello. The AI setter will try to book you in for a call. It will try to ask you questions, qualify you, etc., etc., and you will see how it works in action. So guys, that's today's lesson about appointment setting, why it is outdated, what's the new alternative. And if you didn't like this video, then don't subscribe. As always, see you guys.